Alright, let me start this off by saying that I don't care what anybody says. They tell me that I've got a deep voice, but I've heard myself talk now. This is like the ninth time I've listened to myself. I do not have a deep voice. My voice is high-pitched and nasally. It's like listening to that goddamn nanny woman. It's awful. And this is a terrible spawn. I feel awful for this guy, because I think there's like 4 of us in there, the minimap tells me. Even though I didn't get that kill, and the sniper got him, good for him. That's an awful spawn. That one's not any much better either, though. So this is going to be the first time I try to talk while a game happens behind the voice. And it's difficult. I've tried to do this a bunch of times now. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to keep talking and to try and stay relevant for about 13 minutes. Because there's points where you just I don't know what to say anymore. So I just stop talking, because that's what I do. Got him. That's what I do when I don't have anything else to say. Like, why would I keep talking if there's nothing else to say? So trying to do this and trying to entertain somebody for 13 minutes, that is tough. I can understand now why being a comedian is so difficult. Not that I think I'm funny, though I am. Not that I think I'm funny, though. It's a tough job. So this is a team deathmatch, and in my defense, I do not play Battlefield 3 for team deathmatch. I've played like 53 games that I've finished in total in Team Deathmatch. I do not count this as a mode of Battlefield 3. This is Tacton. This doesn't even count. But at the same time, it's really hard to find something that's entertaining to watch. Like in this game, I think it's the scoreboard says I finished 30 and 3. I think it's closer to like I've got like 30 kills and probably like 8 deaths with 5 revives or something like that. And that was awful. I should have just waited for him to come up and shot him in the face. So I play Team Deathmatch sometimes to get these kinds of games where, you know, there's a good score and it's fairly entertaining. There's a little bit in the middle where I had to cut out about 2 or 3 minutes because I get kind of stuck behind some crates and I'm just running back and forth between them looking for somebody to shoot, but I can't find anybody. Oh, a text message. And I can't find anybody, and I'm expecting this to happen the entire time. You can just get mauled by this USAS, but it doesn't happen. So I had to cut that out. But other than that, I mean, it's a solid game. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. I'm fighting back death a little bit. I'm trying to stifle a cough here. And it's not even really a cough anymore. It's reached that point where it's you can like hear it in my lungs. It's not just I have to get rid of some stuff. It's my lungs are physically rebelling against my body and attempting to escape via my mouth. It's really disgusting, so I don't want to put that on the microphone, which I've had to actually lose a few replays or a few of these talking picture things. So you know, there's that. But this game is hard to capture for because in other games like Call of Duty, for example, it's a lot easier. You know, most of the games are team deathmatch or they're domination, where kills are an important part of it. And because the maps are so much smaller, it's a lot more action-packed. Even though there's half as many people, or in this case, I don't know, like half plus 20%-ish. I can't do math. I'm actually retarded. I don't know. But in this game, even though there's more people, the map is bigger. And especially when it comes to Conquest or Rush, there can be entire games, especially in Conquest, even 64-player maps on the PC, where you can go with like 10 kills and get 8, 7, 10, 11 deaths and not even go positive in your kill deaths. But you can still have a really good game and your team can still win. And some people might find that entertaining, and I personally enjoy those games, but then when I record those games and I go look back at them later, I see them and I look at them and it's like 22 minutes of me protecting an area, or it's like 9 minutes of me running from A to E on Caspian border, and then from E to C, and then C to B, then B to D, because my team just keeps capturing things and I get there late and the other team is awful. Those games, maybe not so much, you know, on the good side, but for the most part, it's really hard to judge for me the quality of games that come out of Battlefield, and trying to judge what people are interested in seeing. And I know it's me. I don't mind watching those, but I don't know what anybody else likes. And I see other people, you know, post their games and their Conquest games sometimes, and they sometimes have to cut them down because they can be ridiculously long, especially PC 64-player games. Like, you're talking like 25-minute games, and nobody wants to really see the full 25 minutes of that game. Chances are you're not getting like 100 kills in those 25 minutes. You might get, like, I think average for me, I probably get about 20 kills a game in a Conquest game. Sometimes I get more, like, you know, closer to 50. Sometimes I get less. I'm doing like maybe 10, probably like 4 or 5 in a really, really bad game. But is it just kills that defines what a good game is, or is there something more to it, like capturing objectives? That you get points for it in this game, right? Doing things like throwing down health packs or getting assists. I personally, that's why I love Battlefield, just because it's such a good point economy. It doesn't matter if you're the worst player in the world, you can still get lots of points in the game just for helping out. It's like that really encouraging dad at a softball game, you know? He doesn't even care that his kid can't play. He doesn't even care that his kid doesn't know what a softball is or why he's there eating the grass out in the field. Doesn't care. He's just like, good for you, Jimmy. Good for you. Way to be. That's why Battlefield is such a good game. But, see, personally, I wouldn't want to go and watch Jimmy eat the grass out in the field. That wouldn't be entertaining for me to watch as a spectator. Of course, watching children play a sport, usually not really that entertaining to begin with. It's hilarious sometimes, sure, when you get them in little fights and whatnot, and especially hockey. Oh, watching children fight in hockey might be the greatest thing in the world. We should definitely devote an entire television channel to just that. Hilarious stuff. But for this game, like, is Rush very good if you're not always at the objective attacking? If you're in the back helping people out with support role, for example, I like to play recon class, and I'm very awful though with the semi-automatic rifles. Those cannot shoot anybody. Ignore the 3 kills I just got with that. I am absolutely awful, especially when it comes to getting headshots with them. I don't know why I went black there. That was bizarre. But Rush, for example, to go back to what I was saying, if I haven't lost the point too much, is Rush any good if you're in the back helping people out with a sniper rifle? I personally, that's not the most entertaining thing I could watch. But this is the part there where I had to cut, because it is like 3 minutes of you running around. But anyways, Rush, not that entertaining in the back. Conquest. Because Conquest is a lot more fluid, you know, you're not attacking or just defending in a game. You can attack and defend. You can just find a certain area and lock it down and just shoot people for the entire 20 minutes. You're not really helping your team that way, but, you know, you can get a whole lot of kills if you find a good place. Grand Bazaar is a great example of a map where you can just sit in a corner, mow people down, not help your team at all, but still get ridiculous amounts of kills. But camping isn't terribly exciting either. So, what is it that makes games good to watch? Because I can't figure it out, and so I'm stuck making these Team Deathmatch games just because, you know, it's fairly fast-paced. There's still quite a bit going on, but at the same time, you're getting a lot of kills, and you're winning by killing people. You're helping your team that way. I just noticed too that I talk with my hands a lot. They're moving around like I'm trying to cast some kind of spell and conjure, I don't know, like a level 2 summon monster or something. It's really weird, and I gotta cut that shit out. But again, without digressing too much, what do? I don't want to keep playing Team Deathmatch because I don't like Team Deathmatch that much, honestly. And even when I do have good games in it, it's not fulfilling to play Team Deathmatch on Battlefield. It looks pretty. I guess that's nice. But there's only really the 2 maps that I like, this and No Shower Canals for Team Deathmatch. No Shower Canals with a sniper rifle, Team Deathmatch is so much fun, because it's just a lot of straight lines for the most part, and as long as you stay out of the crates, it's amazing fun. But I don't want to keep playing those, and I want to show games of Conquest, because I love playing Conquest. That is awesome. Rush, also great game mode. So much fun there. So I think I'm going to do that. You know what? I think I'm just going to go with Conquest, and the next game, it'll be a lot slower, probably. Actually, I think I might have a few already that are ready to go and whatnot. I think, okay, see there, I think that was like a 5th death I've had, and I think I've got a few more coming after that, but whatever, you'll figure it out. If you've been counting how many deaths I have, good for you. I tried, I think, and I lost interest in that, because it's depressing to watch yourself die over and over again. And especially count, too, then this just feels like a loser. A bad player. Which I might be a little bit. So the next game, I think I'll just do Conquest, you know? Just fuck it. Just throw a Conquest game up there, and whatever happens, happens. I might have to trim it down a little bit, and that's another thing too, is trimming games down. Like, I had to trim one down there. Or this game, I had to trim this game down for the 3 minutes or so. And this is awful on my part. Tried to knife him. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe he would have turned around. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing there. That's my bad. So yeah, I'm gonna have to trim them down. Trimming games down. That's like, is that even very good? Because that is basically like a montage of a single game, and that's I don't know how that would play over with people. Personally, when it comes to me watching things, and like I would just. And people might be like, well, what do you like? If you do what you think people like, and just go from there. But honestly, I'm really okay with everything. Anybody that I know can attest to the fact that I just don't care. It's not apathy as much as it is that I just like most things. And I don't understand. I don't know how he did that. I don't know where he was in the wall. He was hiding from me. And upon replay, I've seen him there. He was like hiding to my right that entire time. But I don't know how he was trapped in the wall, or if he was trapped in the wall at all, or if he was just a really good hide-and-seek player. Either way, or any which way perhaps, because there was more than two. That was different, and I haven't seen that since or before. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's been 11 minutes, more than 11 minutes. We're going on like 11 and a half now, if that's right. It's been a long time, and I have tried to stay relevant, but I think I've actually just repeated myself a bunch of times. And that must be super annoying. I know that's one thing that I don't say I hate when I'm listening to people, but I find that in these things you tend to get caught up a lot and repeat yourself over and over and over again. That only took 30 bullets to get 2 kills. Wow, well done. That was awful. So, see, I'm gonna try and repeat myself again, but I don't want to do that because it's awful. You get distracted by these little things that are going on in the background, but you also don't want to lose your own. Should I even? You know what? I might just not watch these in the future. This is tough. This is tough to do. I think the game is just about over here, so that's it. I guess all there's left to say then is there's a patch tomorrow. A patch tomorrow. Suppression will finally be brought back down to a level where I can once again play Recon and not have to worry about not being able to shoot. And I think I get MVP in this game. I think I pulled it off by like 60 points or something, if that. Good for me. Good job. Yeah, so that's that was a team deathmatch on Karg Island. Karg Island's a fantastic map, by the way. Not so much for team deathmatch, but that's about it. All right, I'm done.